Hey everyone, in this video, I want to talk about Bitcoin's volatility. I got tons of questions from all of you asking, why did Bitcoin move up so fast? Why did Bitcoin move up so down? That's what we're going to talk about. And we're going to do a deep dive also on the different massive drops that we saw in Bitcoin for the past few years. So for this podcast, the structure is I want to talk about the current price movement. How was it today? How was it the past few months? How was it stretching it longer into 2020? And then we're going to do a deep dive on why is it down. We're going to look at the technicals and what should you do based on what we are talking about. But before I begin, similar to what I would always talk about in the stock market, no matter how much we discuss Bitcoin in this particular video, this video is for informational purposes only. Never buy, sell, hold, avoid, or transact in Bitcoin just because you hear it from this video. You need to analyze it, you need to do your own due diligence, you need to study it on your own because it's your money, it's your responsibility. It has to be you who has to know whether you want to buy it or not based on your own strategy, risk tolerance, conviction, and that you know and you know and you know what you're getting into. Because if you're just buying it because you heard it from someone or you heard it from YouTube, then you are shorting yourself out. Never ever do that. Anyways, so by this time, no, by the time that this video was created, the price of Bitcoin right now is around 35,000 US dollars per Bitcoin. Now, that being said, this is the current metrics that we have for Bitcoin. That what's so interesting when we saw Bitcoin drop, it hit a low of 30,305 US dollars, and that came from a high of 41,962 US dollars just around 24 hours or roughly around that particular time frame. So that's a lot of volatility in just a few hours of trading. So that's why I keep saying it also to a lot of people. If you have not traded the stock market yet, better try the stock market first because when in the world of investing, it's all about emotions and the volatility, the fluctuations in Bitcoin is massively, massively, massively bigger than what you will get in the stock market. So that's why I said it on the previous video that if you want to go and invest in Bitcoin, better put money that you've earned from investments or other businesses already, and that's what you put into Bitcoin. Do not, this is not an entry level investment, although it could be the same rudiments of technical analysis, supply and demand will work in this, but it has to be something, in my opinion, that you are investing into this because you're already a bit mature. You're not just getting into this kasi nakikiuso ka lang. But anyways, let's continue. For those who are asking also about Bitcoin's movement and what you will remember, or for those who saw the movement over the past months, you might remember this that over 6 month duration, Bitcoin was below 10,000 US dollars more around 6 months ago. Then you see it, whoa, you get easily enticed that hey, from roughly below 10,000 to 40 plus thousand US dollars in a matter of 6 months, you would have more than quadrupled your money. Or for those who just saw this in just the past month, in a month alone, no, from the time we're recording this video, Bitcoin also has more than doubled its value already from less than 20,000 US dollars to 41,000 US dollars in just around 1 month. And please remember the context of this that Bitcoin hit around 20,000 US dollars 2017, then crashed. I'm going to show you the video of that in a bit. But I just want to structure this in a way that people got excited when they saw Bitcoin starting to surge also. So you might remember Bitcoin from this or this, but for those who came in also when everyone was so excited, you might remember Bitcoin like this, crashing, boom, massively in just a matter of hours from 41,000 US dollars to around 31,000 US dollars. So again, similar to the stock market, it's also about where you come in, how you position, the volume that you placed at a certain position, and did you come in while it was correcting downward, or did you come in at the start of the uptrend, or did you come in when it was breaking out, or did you come in when it was bouncing off a level of support? Because that's how you will remember the volatility of Bitcoin. Either this, or this. And to those who bought it at the when it was way below 1,000 US dollars, congratulations to all of you. But anyways, I wanna note this that this video is highlighting the volatility of Bitcoin and how it has moved down and massively also moved up over the past few years. But I just want to note this, that it's not just now, that has happened for Bitcoin several times in the past. But if there's one key ingredient that I've seen from its downward pushes, is that after it drops, it also consolidates for a bit, then it goes up again. Again, I don't have a crystal ball on how it will be in the future, but what I can show you from now is this. 2017 crash, boom. Bitcoin was around 20,000 US dollars. Crashed, went below 5,000 US dollars. It took more than a year for it to bottom out. Then it hit, also it went above 10,000 plus US dollars. I think it was 13,000 plus US dollars at some point in 2019. Then we saw, we again saw markets, not just Bitcoin go down, but US stock markets also go down because of the pandemic and the lockdown, only to see it go down below 5,000 US dollars again. So this one was a pretty much large crash. This one also was a massive move down. If you are strict in creating trend lines, this is one massive downtrend that started from the peak of 2017, and we just saw the reversal at some point last year, 2020. So that's something that for those following trends and reversals would watch out for. That's a key area to consider, especially if you are trading the trend and watching key reversals. So whatever movement that we are seeing right now from Bitcoin is primarily because it was able also to reverse the downtrend that started from 2017, and we saw a key reversal that's highlighted from 2020 because of price movements, and in my opinion, a lot of liquidity and institutions starting to buy Bitcoin as well. So, anyways, these are other crashes in the past on top of what I've mentioned. Bitcoin dropped June to November 2011 by 93%. At that point, no, Bitcoin hit 29 US dollars. And at that point, that was the highest of Bitcoin already, only to see it go down to 2 US dollars. So imagine if you bought it November, somewhere around 2011 at 2 US dollars, your 2 US dollars would have been 41,000 US dollars already. But again, hindsight is 2020. Anyways, August 2012, it dropped by 56.7%. This was because of a Ponzi scheme. And please remember, at that particular point in time, no one knew or had a firm grasp or understanding of what Bitcoin was in 2012 to where we are right now. It was relatively new. So when people got scammed, it was easy for people to dump the asset class as well. Fast forward the year after, April 2013, Bitcoin dropped 87%. This was heavily connected to Mount Gox. For those who don't know what Mount Gox is, it was basically one of the earliest platforms where Bitcoin got traded. Right now, there's so many platforms already where you can do it, so many exchanges already where it could be done. But Mt. Gox at that time failed to handle the increased amount of trading brought about by the massive drop. So that pushed prices down even further. December 23 to January 2015, it dropped again 84.6%. So if you're looking at themes, you see it drop over and over and over and over, 93%, 56.7%, 87%, 84.6%. Again, this was also when Bitcoin first hit 1,150 US dollars. So you will notice this, that every time in the past Bitcoin would hit an all-time high, people would take profits, people would sell, and you would see it start to go down again. And as you see it start to go down, it would eventually start to bounce back. And I think also it's pretty much connected to the scarcity that's attached to Bitcoin. But when it hit 41,000 US dollars just a couple of days ago, it's not, I guess, it's not something that you should it's something that you should accept, that there will be people who will take profits, because at the end of the day, people invest in it because when it hits a certain level of earnings for them, they would want to pocket some of those earnings, and more sellers bring the prices down. Anyways, so why is Bitcoin so volatile? In my opinion, number one, it's still supply and demand. More sellers bring the prices down. When people bought early, have made a lot of money already and still have the chance to keep their position, or when people who bought early think that it's already way overvalued, or when people who bought early or bought lower think that it's gonna reverse already, regardless of what parameters they're using, they sell. And the thing about that is this: when those who bought early sell, more sellers bring the prices down. But those who bought higher, when they see prices go down, they panic and they also sell. It brings prices rapidly down. So please remember, not just in Bitcoin, no, but anything that is heavily connected to supply and demand. When the selling starts, when panic happens, it creates a cascading effect that bring markets even lower. That's why I keep saying this. No matter what is said here on YouTube, never ever buy it just because I say it. Do your own due diligence, because that's what's the most important thing. In the game of investing, regardless if it's the stock market, the bond market, the forex market, the commodity market, starting your own business, it's all about conviction. That you live and die based on your own mistakes. You live and die also based on the correctness also of how you analyze it. And if you make a mistake, learn from what you can get from it, because after learning from it, that's what will allow you to be able to tweak and do even better. But even the best traders and investors, they all make mistakes. We all have our share of mistakes. We all have our share of whipsaws. And it will always be about, do you accept the mistake, learn from it, cut your losses, or stay and hold on to your position. But either way, you need to follow your plan. So why is Bitcoin volatile? Another thing, I think it's still speculative. People are buying it for what it could be in the future, not it and how scarce it is what I've mentioned earlier, and as a proxy up against the dollar. But at the end of the day, it's still speculative. It's still buying it now for the hope of what it will be. No one knows if Bitcoin will be the currency that we will all transact on by 2025, 2030, 2035, 2040. No one knows that. And that's why there's volatility, because anytime there's uncertainty, it gives room for people to imagine that, what if 2022 it crashes again? Or what if 2024 it becomes so legit that it hits 100,000 US dollars? And that's speculation. And that's why there's volatility. Anyways, again, it's volatile also because, as what I've mentioned in the previous video, it's not accepted yet by governments. And in the same way, it's also volatile because it has not reached yet a point where it's accepted for your day-to-day transactions. So this I think are four things on why it's relatively volatile and why we can expect volatility in it over the short, mid, and long term as well. But if you're asking me, do I believe that digital is the future? I've been saying this over and over and over. Digital is the future, but it's not about my opinion. It's about, will governments accept it, and will the large mass of people accept it also, because it's the marketplace that will decide if Bitcoin is something that's worth getting into, and Bitcoin is a currency that they will accept and transact. And here's the thing: if it becomes something that will be used for day-to-day transactions, then most likely you won't see a lot of volatility, because it would become relatively stable. But again, there are a lot of cryptocurrencies also trying to peg it to a certain currency, stable coins denoting its stability. So we'll see if Bitcoin would be it, or there will be something else. But rest assured that should I find something, know something, hear about something, we're gonna keep updating you guys on what Bitcoin is and how it will go in the future. So what will happen to Bitcoin is what I've mentioned. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know. But what I do know is I can't control how it will be, but I can control how I deploy my capital. And I've been saying this over and over, that I've been investing in it, small portions, small amounts in my overall portfolio. Kita ng kita yung linalagay ko, but it's something that I put in, that knowing that if it becomes something, I have exposure, that if it becomes something, it becomes what everyone hopes it could be, then it will add to my portfolio. But if it becomes zero, I'm still okay with it, even if it becomes nothing at all. And I think, and I hope that that should be the mentality of people when they invest. It should be money that you don't plan to touch. It should be money that you're okay if it goes to zero. It should be money that you won't lose sleep over. It should be extra. It should be something that you don't put your life savings there. You don't put your emergency fund there. You don't put money that if it drops 20, 30%, that you won't be able to sleep well at night. But here's the thing. What's nice about Bitcoin is you could use the same rudiments of what we talked about in stocks. You can also use technical analysis. And from this short-term chart of Bitcoin, this is what we can derive from this. Its current resistance is right here, close to its all-time high. So somewhere around the 41,000 mark, you have a short-term resistance. But here's the thing. For the short term also, we also have a support close at least to the 30 plus thousand mark. So 30,000 short term support, which is also weaker if you've been watching the videos or you attended the seminars or read my book. I always would tell people that the shorter the support, the weaker it is, the stronger the longer the support, the stronger it is. But since this pair, the support and resistance pair, is fairly new, the resistance is weaker, but in the same way, the support is also weaker. That being said, though, another resistance that you could look for is somewhere around this area. I think this is around the 39,000 peso mark. And if there's one thing that I'll put in also is that somewhere around the 35,500 mark, there's another resistance there that Bitcoin broke out from. So these are the ranges that we need to watch out for if you're trading it over the short term. But please remember, since these are just short term time frames, they are not so strong. They are not as reliable as the longer support and resistance areas. But better to have something to rely on from a technical standpoint than just guessing it out of thin air. So there. Should you invest in Bitcoin? I'll be very quick in this because I talked about this in the previous video. That depends on you. It has to be something that's based on your risk tolerance, understanding, and capital. But it should be something that pinag-aralan nyo. It should be something that you know, and it should be something that you spend a lot of time to figure out if it's something that fits you or not. Because there's no wrong investment. There's an investment though that's wrong for you, and there's an investment that's right for you. So for investments that's wrong for you, don't no need to put money there. You only put money on investments that you believe is right and will work for you. So again, never buy just because you hear it from YouTube. It's your money, it's your responsibility. You have to deploy attention, capital, and time if you want to succeed into something or succeed in something. So if you guys learn from this, put your questions down below. Or if you have other questions, there's two ways to reach me. Number one, comment set. Number one, there's a link down below. You can message me via Patreon, or number two, via Instagram stories. And I forgot to say this. We're I'm trying to do a Zoom technical analysis maybe end of February. Comment below if you want to join that. And for those who want to trade Bitcoin as well, I'll put the link below. It's under eToro. You get to buy Bitcoin for starting amount of 50 US dollars. And they also have a virtual account where you get to simulate, see how Bitcoin moves without using real money yet. So that's very interesting. You can click the link below for you to be able to try it. You can click the link below if you want it to be more than just theory and you want real experience with your money in it. So there, I hope you guys got a lot from this. If you have not subscribed yet, appreciate it if you could press the subscribe button, click the notification bell so you get updated for more videos like this. And if you like me making more videos on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, just comment Bitcoin, 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 and hit the like button also for the YouTube algorithm. So that's it for now. This is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.